My name is Andrew. I play lead guitar and I shred faces on a nightly basis.
Hi, my name's Tim and I play the bass.
My name's Andrew Gardicus and I play drums.
My name is CJ Hazard and I am the vocalist and acoustic guitar player.
Where have you gone? You've left me all alone. Those things I did to you were wrong. Please come back home.
I've had long hair since high school. I cut it once whenever I was 22. It was the worst mistake of my life and I have not cut it since. I started out in punk. Blink-182 was my favorite band at that time. Then I switched over to blues. My mom had given me a lot of influence in showing me Eric Clapton and Stevie Ray Vaughan and people of that nature, so I started getting into that. Then I found metal and found that people like Steve Vai and Yngwie could play at about 1 trillion miles an hour. I thought that was rad, so I started doing that. And then whenever I moved to back to California, I went to Saddleback College and studied jazz, and that has been my biggest influence yet, and that's really what I study the most now. In an age of electronic music, I think that we really kind of give homage to the old style music, just rock and roll. So I dig what we're doing, and I hope that we just leave an imprint on the world with our music.
Well, I actually met Chris maybe 4 or 5 years back, and we did a couple of little session jobs, and he also brought me in on a couple of bands that we played in way back. He asked me if I wanted to play bass, and I said yeah. I want to be the best at what I do, and I want to reap all the spoils.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Blue is the color of the life of the sun. I love doing what I do, and I wouldn't do it with anyone besides the guys that I'm doing it with right now. I think that's about the best thing I could ask for. When we get to Andy's part, don't listen to anything he says. I love the guy, but he will be with you as much as he can, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I guess it could be focused on all of us and recording the new EP, but I think it should just be about me and recording me. I met Chris when I recruited him to be the lead guitarist of my former band, Alpha Prevail. And when that group was no longer making music together, I decided I should be making it with Chris. And luckily, after a lot of convincing, he agreed. My degree is in wine and viticulture. I don't have a favorite wine, I like everything. All wine is good, same with food. I want to perform for audiences all over the world and get to see it as I go. I've wanted to be a rock drummer since I was 3 years old, since I can remember. So, thanks Tommy Lee. It's very difficult to define what it means to me because it has a very complex meaning. Basically freedom, though. I get to play drums in front of people. They smile and yell, and I yell and drum. Yeah, let's go finish this night right.
I feel like something is slipping away.
I started the Whereabouts in its initial form a long time ago. It was called several different things, but at the point where it became the Whereabouts was when Andy and I moved on with our music at one point, took on Andrew as a guitar player, and our sound sort of started to take form at that point.
This is all the money we made from our ticket sales.
I grew up in Orange County around the time the hardcore scene was nearing its final days. I'd get a flyer at high school and I'd go to a show, and it was supposed to be a rock show, and I'd get there and nobody would be singing, and it wasn't me. I was into the old school band, The Doors, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and I wanted to see more rock and roll that involved singing, that involved some more or less, in my opinion, melodic sounds that were more pleasing to the ear. Band is very important to me. It's a part of my life that has been with me for a long time. There's not a lot of people making the rock and roll sound that we're making. It's important to me that someone does fill that void in music.
You know, it's not, rock and roll's not about getting it, it's about the journey. You feel me? Rock and roll's not about getting it, it's about the journey. I forgot my ID and we're in Vegas.